Down! How you been? It's time to settle a little score from Rockport, you think?
What's his bounty?
150K.
David, take care of this guy.
Dare you show your face here?
Whoa. Hey,
Go, mate.
Control yourself. Oh, whoa. Damn. My bad, Romeo.
Darius asked me to come by and see how you were doing. Now, but why don't you go get me something?
See, things ain't been the same since you're gone, you know? There's a lot of posers, no respect.
Unit 4, you are confirmed for 1046 on suspects Bravo and Charlie. Suspect Alpha, driving a blue Toyota, is a non-action.
You've got a lot to learn about the big times, little man. This city is mine, and it's time for you to disappear again.
Dare you show your face here?
Whoa, hey.
I don't want to hear anything from you, okay? Look, I hate it when people say I told you so. You're not the only one with a score to settle. Now, let's get out of here.
You're done, huh?
Well, I see you to show.
I win, you lose. It's your last chance to face reality and back off.
I have a secret that you'd like to know. I was there that night you left.
Let you win.
all I ever wanted.
I know all the back streets. I grew up in these alleys. I can customize anything. I've practically built all the kits you see around this place.
Okie dokie. I got soda and water. Where'd you go? Darius gave you the safe house. You can use it to fix your car or chill out when the heat's on. Darius gave you the safe house. You can use it to fix your car or chill out when the heat's on.
Sit down! It's time to settle a little score for the rock.
Let me elaborate as I navigate like a husky. But trust me, the truth is I wouldn't even trust me. Many rely on religion, that doesn't make sense, cause that's considered a sin. It is really no winning, cause everyone harbors a liar within them. It's just that we're different. Being a bad liar is like having a bad lawyer. As soon as they get caught, they get the sentence after. A good lie is benevolent, with a memory like an elephant. Intelligent, and knows exactly when to
What, here? I'm right there. Nicky, what do you say you show your old friend the ropes? You got it, kid. I always said you did. I'm not using him. I'm the only one who knows what he's capable of. I run everything, cars and drivers. I've been running you all along. Don't disappoint. Not again.
Sound speed. Mark.
You ready and action.
You gotta be joking, right?
Go once again.
Still rolling. Carbon is mine. It's time for you to disappear again.
Great, cut it. Once again, please. Ready and action.
So I'd say we're on the bleeding edge. We're taking live action, real actors, and we're putting them into a video game environment using green screen.
And the cars are coming. Heroes in the lead. And 3, 2, 1, wham!
I think the best way to describe the CG or the green screen environment is fairly hostile to both the director and the actors.
You've got to create an environment yourself around you when you're working on a green screen.
It's a different world working in that environment day after day because you have to imagine all the things that are around you and you're really only just given sort of various reference points.
There's no buildings, there's no roads, there's no cars. I block everything out with 1/18 scale cars and little dolls on a big white set. And I bring the actors over to the table and I show them where everything is.
They're standing here. This car goes by.
Yes. Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay.
Like
Reveals.
that. And then reveals this. And you're just the camera's over there. And we're doing our little dolly through.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Sexy.
And then when I have them on set, I start describing the world around them. You know, the mood, where they are, where the road is.
That's good. Oh, I'm gonna use that. Okay, and here are the cars coming in the distance. Oh, now it's gonna happen. Here they come. Okay, here are the cars coming. Now you see the cars coming. They're coming closer and closer. And cops! Bam! Put the lights on. There's a helicopter. Get out of there! Get out of there! And cut it.
This is very different from acting in film or television in some ways just because you're acting directly into a lens and talking to the hero and your player.
Action's good.
You and me? Are you up for it?
Excellent.
It can be challenging, but it's a lot of fun, and I mean, the video village that they have set up for this, as opposed to the little monitors that we get on film and TV, where everything's kind of grainy, and you're like, here we've got like 55-inch like flat screens and plasma TVs and things, and you're like, wow.
Need for Speed is one of the hottest video games in the world, so it's only fitting that the brand new Canadian star be just as hot.
I can't wait to see the finished product. And of course, we're doing it on green screen right now, but when they do throw the background in, it's really neat.
This is the last shot. Ready? Cars drive off into the sunset.
Working on Need for Speed Audio has its perks. We're lucky to get the keys to some amazing cars this year, including a Ford GT, Jag XK, and a highly modified 350.
What we're doing today is making a production for a game so that when you play the game, you feel immersed, and it gives you the most real effect that you can feel.
Hang in there, buddy. Have a good last 5 or 10 minutes.
We're going to be fulfilling a specific set of needs set by EA, which is accelerations, decelerations, ramp up, slow turns, fast turns, and we'll go through a checklist of approximately 30 or 40 items.
This is the first time in the Need for Speed franchise that we've had the technology to take our actors into real-time gameplay, and that is thanks to Universal Capture.
Doing the UCAP was just the most insane experience ever.
The UCAP, I guess it captures you from all different angles, so they put thousands of these dots all over your face, which is super intense to begin with.
I believe 86 sensors all over the face, so it was neat, it was different. When they put you in the booth, and of course you pretend like you're driving, and you play to your left, your right, your rearview mirror ahead of you in the screen, and this is the stuff they'll ultimately use for the racing sequences of the game.
Try to keep up! So players crashed, we'll cut to your car, you play the look, and then you're in the middle of driving. And we're driving, and you see the hero coming up, and boom, he crashed!
Yeah.
You see the car on the right, and pass!
This is how you pass.
Pass!
This is how you pass.
And pass!
This is how you pass.
So what we're seeing here is a system of capturing facial performances from real actors, and with that a whole process that lets us reconstruct these performances and put them in the game to deliver quality of characters and emotional experiences that has never been seen before.
No one can touch me.
It's probably been some of the hardest acting I've had to do as well. You can move your head at a radius of about 2 inches this way and 2 inches that way, and up, down as well. And you're getting into car crashes and all sorts of things, and you're having to act without going, whoa! You have to kind of keep it contained right here and just go whoa, 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 when getting into car crashes, so it's a little bizarre. But really fun and a challenge. It's not like anything I've ever done before.
The real innovation has been in the actual technology that's allowed this to work in real time. So instead of after 5-hour renders, we're delivering them in real time.
believe we have 9 canyons in Carbon this year, and the whole idea there is where you challenge this boss for a particular area. You have to beat him in the canyons. They're all pretty steep, but some are a lot easier than others. There is one catch to it though, because in the canyon race, there's an immediate race over that you've lost. If you slide off the track, go through the barriers and into the ditch and off the cliff, race over. Kempton is our industrial area in Palmont, influenced a lot by Long Beach. It's where the dockyards are, where a lot of manufacturing is. It's designed for the car class of the muscle cars. It's very flat, a lot of long, straight areas that really utilize the power of the muscle cars. Downtown Palmont is a mixture of San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. Tuner cars are more downtown. It's a very rolling area with tighter turns than there is in the industrial area, but it's the high-rise buildings, a lot of glass, but then it blends out a little bit into each of the other areas, like some of the industrial and some of the exotic area as well. Fortuna is what we call the exotic area. It's influenced a lot by Beverly Hills, West Los Angeles, Santa Monica, and also up in the hills there around the Getty Museum. There's a lot of similarities between all of them. Fortuna is designed for the exotic cars. It's a lot more elevation pitch, tighter turns, much more technical driving. It feels like a real Southern California town. Well, Silverton is our casino area, highly influenced by Las Vegas. We've got the strip area with the big theme casinos, and when you drive through there, you really get this feel of the grand casinos in Las Vegas. We've also got some of the residential areas that we've looked at. Silverton has some elevation, it has some straightaway, a little bit of everything that the other worlds have. San Juan is influenced a lot by the Southwest art style of New Mexico, Santa Fe, Taos, and we flew down there to take a bunch of pictures of that area. We have roughly 45 world artists that create the whole world, and that would be from the track designers to the world artists building the buildings and all of the objects. We have our texture artists and all of our lighters as well. It takes about 8 months to build one of these worlds.
I'm Darren Perfonik, product manager on Need for Speed Carbon, and today we're here with Emmanuel Vauger, who plays Nikki in Carbon this year. Emmanuel, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So how did EA first approach you about playing the character of Nikki in Carbon this year?
I was actually on a skiing trip in Lake Tahoe and with my manager, and she came and met me, and she's like, oh, we're on the ski lift. She's like, by the way, EA called and they want you to do this video game. It was something I'd never done before. It was very exciting, so I thought it might, be very cool to check it out and see what it's all about. Motivation behind developing the character of Nikki was the idea of being immortalized in a video game. Nikki plays the player's girlfriend, and what happens is the player left 5 years ago and sort of left me out of the blue, and I never really know what happened, and he comes back, sort of reclaim his reputation as a racer, and he asks me for my help in doing that and trying to figure out what happened on that fateful night where he disappeared. I reluctantly do so. I help him out, but I'm still very hurt and angry by the whole situation. And as the game goes on, you sort of find out little pieces of our relationship and the relationship with all the other people and what actually happened on the night that everything went down.
There's always someone out there who's a little faster than you are.
This filming process was a lot more tedious and meticulous as far as everything had to be very exact, because on the green screen there's, you've got this sort of virtual world around you that we don't know where anything is. It's sort of marked by X's and little, posts and things like that. So that's a very different process than what I'm used to in sort of the regular film world and television. Everything around you is sort of imaginary, and you've got to speak into the camera because that's who you're speaking to, your player, and so that can be a challenge in comparison to having actual people to communicate with and have a connection with. I mean, there were sort of little vignettes and stuff that we did with other actors, but still you're in a completely imaginary world, so that can be a challenge.
Was it relaxed enough that you could bring your dogs on set?
Yes, it was relaxed enough where I could bring my dogs on the set, and everybody was very friendly to the dogs, and they had a good time, I think.
I've been generating quite a bit of buzz, but you're not fooling me. What I'm trying to figure out is why you haven't skipped town yet.
I definitely have an interest in cars and different types of cars and performance-wise and all that kind of thing. Racing is a lot of fun to watch, and I've always sort of dreamt of going to the racetracks out in just outside of Vegas. I think there's a racing school in Northern California somewhere, and I was like, that would be kind of fun to go do.
And what's your dream car?
Dream car, I'd have to say an Aston Martin. It's just a hot-looking car, and I've been in one before, and it's virtually just so quiet and no sound, and I especially like the little push-button start thing. It's kind of cool.
Well, thanks for coming out today, Emmanuel, and everyone be sure to check out Need for Speed Carbon in stores November 1st.
I'm Emmanuel. Welcome to Need for Speed from Electronic Arts. When EA approached me for the video game, I wasn't quite sure what they were talking about. I was like, okay, so we're gonna do motion capture stuff, or I hadn't done anything like it. So the idea of it was really fun, and I was like, all right, cool. It's really exciting.
I've been generating quite a bit of buzz, but you're not fooling me.
Well, in the game, I start with Darius, but Hero, which is the player, comes back into my life, and he's my long-lost love, so I'm not sure if I'll end up with you or stay with Darius. So I guess you have to finish the game to find out. How dare you show your face here!
Whoa, hey.
Fool me! David Footman is awesome. He's been so amazing to work with because he has so many great ideas, and he's been so helpful in helping us visualize where everything's going to be.
Get out of there, Nikki! Cut!
Look, I hate it when people say I told you so. So here goes.
Working with EA has been fantastic. I mean, everybody's really cool. There's video games on set. It's just I feel like I'm being paid to play and to have fun. And I would absolutely do it in a second again. It's been a really fun and creative experience at the same time.
everyone. I am Cross, and welcome to Need for Speed. Guess who's back? Cross has been pivotal in telling the story between last year's game and this game. Cross was a sergeant in Need for Speed Most Wanted, and this time around he's a bounty hunter. He's kind of lost his job with Rockport PD, and now he's out collecting bounties and trying to settle old scores.
Sit down! How you been?
I think he feels that Hero's responsible for much of his downfall, and so he's trying to get his hands on him again and make his life difficult. Emmanuelle is wonderful. She's just 100% a sweetheart. She's just hardworking. She brings a lot to this game. I mean, above and beyond what we were able to do last time and the talent that we had last time, she brings a brand new, fresh new dynamic to the way we're able to tell this story. Just make sure I do. I have a 360 and I have an Xbox, and I game as much as I can. I think I've beaten myself a number of times. I think that the gaming world as it is right now is just amazing. It's just blowing up. I mean, I feel absolutely blessed to have been asked to be part of this, not once but twice. It's just huge what it's doing, and it's amazing. Fun, fast-paced, everything an actor, gamer could hope for.
What was it like to play your role in Need for Speed Carbon? Because the whole community is ready to ask you that question. What was it like? Do you still remember those days?
I absolutely remember it, but I'll tell you honestly, man, that was one of the first times in video games, as far as I understood it, that they were using mocap. But it was the original technology for motion capture, right? So I was really excited. I remember getting the gig. They told me about it. My agent told me about it. And I was very excited when I got there and creatively started talking to the director. I believe it was David Goodman, who I still believe is a big director in that world. I saw David a couple of years ago when I was working in Toronto, and he was trying to get me for a Ubisoft game. And he's out in Montreal, working for them, and he's still a big director in the video game world, in the gaming world. But he was describing everything we were doing. There was a ton of makeup, and the reason they were doing that is because with the motion capture and all the anyway, he was describing everything. And then when I saw the sets, like a lot of it was green screen, right? When you've got me sitting down in that beautiful R8 and all that, I'm going, there's no R8. I'm going sitting on a box. It's all that world, but it was the beginning of it. It was the first time they were using that technology. So everything was great when it was just me acting with the other actors. That stuff was a blast. We had so much fun. There was a bunch of talented actors on there. The task, the arduous part, because the technology was so new, was they put me in a booth, and there'd be like 100 lights in there and 100 different cameras. Now, when I'm pretending to race against you, when you're racing against me, the higher levels, even when I'd have to react to you as the racer, I'd have to go really slowly. I'd have to react slowly. I couldn't just be natural in my movements or reactions because the computer couldn't keep up, because they'd done a virtual, capture of my face. So the computer was so slow at the time that if I moved too quickly, if I answered too quickly or did a quick reaction, the computer couldn't keep up. Now I know the motion capture is so much better. I was just working on a video game recently, and the technology it's a different world, man. You put it on, whatever you do, the computer's reading it. So you don't even have to think about it, other than the fact that you're wearing a whole contraption on your face. So yeah, my experience shooting back then was great. That was just the toughest part, was like sitting in that booth and kind of getting my eyes burned out by 100 cameras and a ton of lights, and try not to, act too fast or react too fast because the director's telling me to slow it down.
Nice. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember working with Dean McKenzie and Emmanuelle in Need for Speed? Do you remember those two actors, the actress and Dean McKenzie?
Yeah, Emmanuelle was amazing. Yeah, Emmanuelle and I, we always run into each other, and we always We joke around here and there. We don't always run into each other, but we do down the road. I've seen her in LA many times. I've seen her at different conventions. Emmanuelle Foiget. She's fantastic.
Yes.
I love her.
Yeah, I've been trying to reach out to her. And what up? Do you remember Dean? He remembers you.
Yeah, of course I remember Dean. Dean's amazing.
Yep, there you go, man. So it was awesome to see you work with them. I mean, honestly, just seeing you right now is bringing me so many memories of all the hard work you've done. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen the game since it came out, man. You know what's so funny, Luis, is that I'm really inactive on Instagram, as you probably noticed.
Yeah, I saw a few
I've been
images.
trying to make more effort because, I'm a busy man. I got a family. I'm busy with my career and my other activities and my other passions. I'm not the best at social media, but ever since I got on Instagram, I've had diehard fans. Every single day, I get a message, a private message, a message from a Carbon fan who's like, dude, they're like, Darius, all the time.
Yes.
I remember the first time I got on IG, I was like, wow, that's so weird. That's a game from so long ago. And the fact that gamers are still talking about it is really touching to me. And I think it's incredible. People are always sending me messages just saying, man, it was such an iconic game. I loved you in it. It was amazing that you did it. And I just get a lot of touching messages about it. So I think it's fantastic that it's still relevant to this day, this many years after the fact. It's good, though. I'm happy we did this, man. And, in all honesty, this is, as far as I remember, the first and the only Need for Speed focused interview that I've ever done.
We're always trying to come out and be really on what's happening in the street racing culture right now. One of the things that became obvious during our research this year was the idea of canyon racing, and it's something that's happening on the West Coast. It's happening on the East Coast as well in North America, big in Europe. It found its roots in toge racing in Japan, and with all the focus and attention that's played in street racing in the cities right now and the crackdown from the cops, the consequences for getting busted are huge. You're getting your car impounded, huge fines, you're getting your license suspended. So kids are looking for different areas to race, and they're always sort of looking for one-upmanship and how can we up the stakes even more. And what we found is we're going out and finding these crazy canyon roads. There's these real steep elevation changes, tight twisting winding roads, and now not only is it am I going to go out there and beat an opponent on those tracks, you're literally just trying to survive the course from top to bottom. So it's probably the most dangerous and illicit form of street racing that we've ever had in the Need for Speed series, and we're pretty excited about it. It's really an epic street racing battle for control of the city. So you're going to start the game off and you're going to build out a crew, and the crews in this game are split up along class lines. So if you're a huge fan of exotic cars, you can build out an exotic crew. Big fan of tuner cars, you can build out a tuner crew. Or if you're a big fan of muscle cars, you can build out the muscle car crew. So pick an allegiance to a certain car class, build up a crew, then you go out and you start challenging rival crews for control over territory that they own. Once you kind of build up your reputation and you show that your crew's pretty hot, you're going to get introduced to one of the boss characters who's the leader of one of these major crews. That's when we're going to take you out to the canyon and really show off, you're going to race against the best racers in the ultimate setting and prove that, you got what it takes to beat the best out in the most dangerous areas. Drift mode is coming back this year. We took a year off. I think people will be really excited with, did a bit of a reimagination on what that mode could be. So we really feel like we've evolved that from where it was when it left off in the Underground series. So there's going to be over 50 cars this year. I can't get into too much detail just yet. We haven't released the car list. You can expect to see similar cars that you saw in the Most Wanted series, plus a few surprises I think that people will be pretty excited about. That definitely are a first for the Need for Speed series. Need for Speed, I think, with the introduction of the Underground series, really took visual customization to a new level. Instead of having just one or two body kits and the odd spoiler, we gave you hundreds of thousands of combinations. So rather than just adding to that total this year, we really, again, thought, what can we do that will really blow people away? And we're really excited about a new feature this year called Auto Sculpt. And we really think Auto Sculpt will be the revolution of visual customization in the racing games. Instead of having a prefabricated kit that you can choose from, you actually can go on, put a body kit on your car, and then you can go on and in real time actually move and push points in different zones. You can fabricate any kit in your imagination. You can do the front bumper, you can do the rear bumper, side skirts, spoilers, rims, hoods, anything you can think of on the car. You can actually go in and physically move stuff around in real time. It's fascinating.
What do you have to say to fans of the series who are waiting for the next game?
Guys, this game's a blast to work on, and we're excited to have it here today at EA Studio Showcase, and we just can't wait for people to play it.
The night you took off, there is something seriously out of whack.
You think you know this town? You have no idea what's in store for you.
Things ain't been the same since you're gone.
This city is mine.
I run everything, cars and drivers.
There's a lot of posers. No respect.
Sit down!
How dare you show your face here?
It's time to settle a little score from Rockport. You think?
Don't disappoint. Not again.
You're into me now for some serious cash. I bought Nikki everything that you couldn't.
Drive. You're not the only one with a score to settle.
Who's the third wheel?
Doesn't matter.
You just couldn't leave good enough alone, could you?
Show's over.